Hi everyone, just wanted to follow up with a video to take you through the basic steps, how you can create any SVG and take it into a custom map. Hopefully you've seen my post. QuipDoc takes you through the basic steps. Just wanted to give you a video to show you how to do this from any SVG file. So basically what it allows us to do is create any map across our data from any shapefile or tool that we have. So in the instructions, I take you through how I came up with the custom cow, which is basically going to be, if your products are all the different groups of meat, maybe that might be a great visual to make an awesome selector for your data. So you can do this from any SVG file, which is a scalable vector graphic. So let's just have a look. Here we have trailhead. So what if we could turn that trailhead icon, which is an SVG, we go and inspect this. Let's just go and open this in a new tab. Take this trailhead logo and make it selectable. Well, it's really easy for us to do that. So first of all, I'm just going to save this as my trailhead logo. And I'm going to use an app called Inkscape. Now, Inkscape works on PC or Mac if you install this Xquartz thing, which runs this app. And basically what it allows us to do is edit SVGs, which is kind of cool. So in this case, if I go and get my, where are you? Here we go. So now to get this into a GeoJSON, we need to first of all take it to a DXF file. Now, if you're lucky, you can just open this up and say save as DXF, select that there and go OK. And if you're lucky, you might get it perfect first time. Usually you have to tweak a few things to get in here, but let's just have a look what happens on that file if we just go and open that straight away. If we have a look at it and see, well, it's not kind of worked for me. The mountains are missing, it hasn't converted across into those shapes. So what we can do in here is using the paint widget, we can actually go over our different parts of our image and we can help clean up where those gaps are. So this is a little selector tool as well, so you can edit things in here, but I'm just going to go and choose that. I'm going to make those bright and red. I'm going to make these things black. And then also my letters as well. I'm going to go and pin all of these things to get them. Now what this does is just help the conversion understand where all these bits of shapes are. Undo that. Let's actually just go and get this a bit quicker. And do that. Then I want to just go and take the whole bits in the middle. So let's just go and choose. I want the red in the back. And let's just go that, and that. Oh, and let's get my cloud as well. Cool. So now, if I save this as DXF again, just with tweaking that a little bit as my trailhead DXF. Place. So if we open up this one, we should see it's much better. Cool, so I've got most of it in there. Just last little tweaks is maybe that T and the mountains are good. So let's just do this. 1, 2, 3. And maybe change that back again. And I also want to do T. Undo that. Cool. So let's just save that again, and hopefully we've got those mountains now in there. Cool, so let's open that up. Awesome. So now you can see I've got those mountains in there. Everything is now available for me to click on. So the next thing we need to do is take that DXF file and then save that into a GeoJSON format. So we just use this thing called 2GeoJSON. It's a free tool online, and we just allows you to go from DXF to choose my DXF file. Submit that. That's going to go upload my file to GeoJSON, convert that into a GeoJSON file. Now I've got a GeoJSON file, I can use MapShaper to help me edit that and make that selectable for how I want it to work with my data. So awesome. What you'll notice is because it's a vector graphic, what we basically have is lines. Now what we want is actual things we can select. So jump into the console, and all we have to do is turn those what we call polylines into polygons. And all we have to do is type polygons. And now you'll see in here everything is now selectable. So the next thing I want to do is understand, well, when I click these different things, what part of my data do I want it to relate to? So in this side, we actually jump into analytics. Let's say I was going to do this for a product category, for example. Then these are the labels that I'm going to want for the names on all of my polygons. The other thing as well is I can also select what I want things to be selectable. So right now, all the letters are individual things and the mountains. So the first thing we need to do is create, so there's no attributes for this data. So let's go and just say each ID equals ID. And what this will do is create an ID attribute for everything. Now, I'm going to give everything a unique ID. So the first thing we do is just come in here and give all the bits that we want selectable an ID. Now, what I want to happen is when I select this, I also want this bit selected as well. So we're just going to name these the same, give every shape we want. Also, when I want this selected, I'll give that 3, I want this bit to be selected as well. For the outside, I want that to be selectable, but I also want the inside bits here too selectable. So I'm going to go inside my little bits here and here. Also, when I select the mountaintops, I want all 3 mountaintops to be the same as well. So let's just call that one 5. And then this I'm going to call 6. And then this I'm going to give 6 as well. And the last one is I want all my letters. When I click trailhead, I don't want each one to be a separate selector. I want them all to be a selector. Let's call them 7 and 7. Super simple. Fly through this in no time. 7, 7, 7, and has that one got a number? That's 4, that's 3, 5, everything now. Let's make that part of 6. Let's make this part of 6 as well. This part of 6. Awesome. Now I can do over here in the console, if I now type dissolve, and if you ever want to know, an issue with a query or how to use one, just type help and then the name of the query, or you can just type help. This guy's going to tell me how to dissolve my features, but what this is going to do is group all those features together. So here I'm going to say field equals ID. So now what happens is now when I select trailhead, it gives me all my letters. And you can see I've collapsed there. So I've cleaned everything up. Now it looks super awesome. And there is all my bits ready to do. So the last thing I need to know is I need to set the name. So let's create a name attribute. Name equals name. So now I need to match my data to what's going on here. So basically, let's have a look at this. So this one, there's my data that I want it to be mapped to. So let's just quickly do this. So I'm going to call this classroom. Facilities. because for a GeoJSON file to work in analytics, it has to match your data perfectly for it to know where to put that in there. And now my last one, technology. Awesome. So now I've got my file. Just one last one. Other. Cool. So now everything's got a name. It's all selectable. Nice and simple. Let's just export this. Exporting it out. And now what we can do is go into your custom map Apex P. So this is where you go to create and load that into analytics. So just go new. I'm going to say import this trailhead. Might already have them in there. Import this one, trailhead. Let's choose my file. There's my JSON file. Insert that. That's going to upload and create a map in there. And then once this is created, should come back results. Awesome. So you get that ID, you know it's all good. And select equal rectangular because it is not actually a map on a globe, on a curved surface. And there's my trailhead 2. Insert that map in. So now I've got my new map. So if we go back to analytics now and just refresh, save this dashboard, and we refresh my instance here. Now we go and create this. We can have a trailhead map. How cool is this going to be? So let's come in here, choose map, and come down here. So now we will have under custom, there is my custom trailhead map. I can have auto zoom on there. We want to just say that this type map is equirectangular, and we go done. And there we have an awesome trailhead selector for my data. How cool is that? So, share your ideas, come up with some really cool use cases, and happy making your own custom clickable maps in analytics. Thanks, guys.